Hello everyone, this is Vicki Verley. Thank you so much for joining me for your monthly Tarotscopes. These monthly mini readings offer a glimpse into what it's really like to have a personal consultation with me. A private reading is much more personal and in-depth. I psychically tune into your energy and get visions and impressions that are specific only to you. If you would like to order a personal reading from me, or check out some of the other products and services that I offer, you can do so by checking out the link below. And now, without further ado, on to the reading. Taurus. Hi Taurus. Thanks for joining me for your February 2015 Tarotscope with Animal Totem for the month of February 2015. Alright, let's have a look here. Oh, some cards are falling out. Those want to just fall right. Oh, look at that. Alright, well, I think these want to come out, so we're just going to let them. I'm not really sure where to put. I think we're going to. These came out first, so I'll put these first. And here. Okay, wow. Now, I said it in some other reading, too. I don't pick up a spread. I'm not going to pick this up. This isn't the best cards. I mean, there's some dark, but I mean, there's some severe cards here. And I could, because of the magic of video editing, I could just pick this up and say, ooh, I'm going to throw another spread, but I'm not going to. Because I know that there's a method, especially the way those cards were just tumbling right out, I know that there's a message for you guys here. So we're going to go with it. Alright. Well, let's see. There's a light at the end of the tunnel. And just because the tower's in a spread, it's not like, oh God, let's be afraid of the tower. Oh no, a tower. Tower is, necessary sometimes. Well, tower, let's start here, because that's the big thing in the middle of the spread there, the elephant, whatever. So there's tower, and tower is, can be explosive change. Tower is Pluto. In astrology, it's like Pluto. It comes through and it just will, it's like all of a sudden things come crashing down. It's huge change. It can be things coming to a head. Often tower, even if you're not aware of it, tower does say that there's stuff brewing beneath. That we have, this energy's been brewing and festering, and it's just going to explode like a volcano even, rumbling underneath, and volcano explosions. You notice around here we've got a lot of these, well, not a lot, a couple journey cards here. And these journey cards are always about, yeah, you could be going on a trip, and it could just be that, yeah, we're going to go traveling, or go somewhere, or move, relocate. But more so, it's about the journey of your life. It's about leaving something behind and going on to something else, right? And this card also, the same thing. This card is different because it's like you can get to your goal. You're coming out of the turbulent water, moving into the smoother sailing, and your goal is within reach. And it's definitely about a time to move on. And this card is like the minute you make this decision, things are changing. And you have something within your sight that you can get to. Where this card is, she doesn't know what's out there. She's just going to go. It's a mystery. It's the moon. But she knows that she, wants to leave this behind. This card talks about also you've got time or whatever energy invested in this. You've been there for whatever. Sometimes it's 8, because there's 8 cups stacked up. Or maybe you've been there for 8 years, 8 months. And it's like, well, I've been here for 8 years. I don't want to leave. Oh, I gotta blah 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 blah. And then it just gets to the point where I don't care anymore. I don't have a plan. I just know that this is not for me, right? And it's key, this card is in the same row with the tower, because it's like, well, always on these, what are you leaving behind? What are you leaving behind? What are you moving towards? So she's leaving behind the tower energy, moving towards, not only in this card, the unknown with the moon, but, off away from everything. We don't know. We don't know what lies out there. Well, I know. I'm the psychic. I know a little. Or I have an inkling, but no, I don't know for sure. But we can read the cards going down this way too, and then we have the Magician. And this was the very last card out. So leading to empowerment. That's what it's leading to, right? Magician is all about empowerment, about forging your own trail, about going in your own direction, and You know, it's infinity. It's unlimited. But let's back up here a little bit, because this is talking back to these journey cards. We've got this journey card. In reverse says you should have done it a long time ago. Like the writing's been on the wall for some time here. This isn't I mean, maybe it's a surprise, but hindsight's 20/20. You'll see once you get a little ways down the road here. It's like, wow, I should have left then, or I should have did this then. And on this card too, what is he going away from? Nine of Swords. Pain, sorrow, anxiety, you know, crying alone at night in my bed, being in anguish is a good word, a key word for Nine of Swords. So that's what he's meant to move away from and towards the Three of Pentacles. Building a new life, but also strong on education for this card for me. So maybe some of you are going to go back to school. Maybe some of you went to school, have a degree, have a background, and you're not using it in your current job. And if that's the case, maybe you need to just go back into your chosen field. Definitely there's some kind of, you know, the Emperor's here. Dominance and control. A lot of the people, this is going to be some kind of big career change or big job, quit your job or something, or maybe get fired. I don't want to, but it might be. But if that's the case, realize that it's really a blessing because you hate it. This is an oppressive situation. The Emperor is somebody who lords over you, is a tyrant. It could be your boss. Very often it is somebody who does have authority over you, and or tries to. In a personal relationship, it might be somebody who just, you know, embodies that, wants to control, you know, because of their own insecurities or whatever, you know. It's like tonight there's going to be a jailbreak. Just came into my head with Thin Lizzy. So yeah, tonight there's going to be a jailbreak. When I looked at Page of Swords, that's what that song came into my mind. And what I was trying to say before that happened was like, there's going to be an opportunity for you to be free of this, definitely. News is coming. The pages are the messengers. They bring the news. All the young dudes carry the news. Boogaloo too. I'm sorry, too much rock and roll quotes today. But Spirit talks to me this way sometimes. I'm not just trying to make it that way. Stuff's just coming into my head, okay? So yeah, news is coming. And air. And we are, in fact, going to be in air for the first 17, 18 days of January, or February. We're going to be in Aquarius. So it looks like during the time of Aquarius, there can be an escape route. I can say stuff like that, like a way out. Because when you're under the thumb of the Emperor in reverse, and you're in this state of mind, sometimes it's hard. You know, when you've been pushed down so hard, sometimes it's hard to get yourself out. For some of you, this may not even be happening right this minute because of air. We've got so much air and swords. It could be mental. This could be something that happened whenever, and you're still, somehow, it's still affecting you. You're still carrying it around. That could be too. Because this is an emotional of letting go, more than anything. I mean, usually there is a physical accompaniment to it, but really it's more about emotional of letting go of something. So some of you, you know, maybe you're going to have some kind of breakdown even, you know, like a big thing that happens and you cry about it, but it frees you. It's going to be freeing. The Tower's going to free you, okay? And if you stay stuck in here, you know, this situation's not going to change. It's saying that. It's not going to change. There's opportunity during the time of air and during the time of Aquarius for you to break out here. And this may or may not be a person. And also because we've got air, that could be that the new moon in Aquarius. Let me real quick give you a rundown of when that's going to be. That's going to be on the 18th. Actually, 2959 Aquarius. Wow, that's good. And talk about karma. That's a karmic degree, a critical degree. Often this kind of involvements can be very karmic. So yeah, big time of forging. That date is big for you. Period. Whether it's, if any of this resonates for you at all. That date's going to be big for you to release. If you go the way, like these line up together, so either you're going to get some schooling or training, or you already have some schooling or training. That's more what I feel. You don't want to, you feel like, okay, if you already have the training, it can be like, well, I could never make a living at that though. what? I have to do this shitty job because that's going to pay the bills. I could never make a living really doing my true soul's inspiration. So, and as long as you believe that, so it shall be, so it will be true. But, and another way is like you're going to maybe go back to school. Well, I'm going to go back to school, become this because it's a high-paying job. Not what you really don't. If you're going back to school, don't make your final earnings ability, like don't look at some chart and say, okay, these guys make the most money, so that's what I'm going to be. No, go for what is the true you. Who are you really? That's what you got to pursue. That's what you got to go after. And that's going to bring you the harmony and balance in your life, too. And also when temperance shows up, it's got that angelic thing happening. So there could be some, I'm seeing like magic wands, like fairies. Fairy dust or magic wands. Have some magic dust sprinkled on you. And that's kind of like to illuminate synchronicities along the way for you guys. Well, let's take a look at this totem card for you. Thanks for everybody who's been commenting about seeing the totems. I love reading those. I was just getting such a little kicks out of those. And this will probably be the last month we're going to have this deck. We'll be at least using the imagery of my deck, hopefully, by next time. Here it is. Geico, or Gecko. Okay. This says, the card itself says, do what we must in struggles. I could see how that could apply to this, to that reading. And what you must do is, move on and leave stuff behind and be true to yourself. And that's just good advice for anybody, okay? Hey, stay tuned. I'll be back with the Gecko, official Gecko meaning in a minute. And also I'm going to show you guys my cards are really coming along, and all your comments about, how you've seen the different animals, that you've gotten the confirmations. That just is confirmation for you, for me, for everybody, and it's confirmation for me about my animal totem deck for sure. So yeah, take a look at that, and I have a couple other things I'm going to announce on this special day of the new moon in Aquarius conjunct the South Node, so stay tuned. The message for the Gecko has to do with standing up and fighting for what you believe to be right. Working through the struggles, keeping going. Don't allow struggles to stop you from attaining your goal. One of the thing I found interesting is that they're the only lizard that has its own call, and its audible song that you can send your signal out to the other ones of your tribe or your group. And that is something that you may have this month, Sag. Send your signal out and be a receptor to listen to the signals from others, the others that are on your same vibrational level. The other thing that about the Gecko is it's nocturnal. So the nighttime is going to be your power time, and you should definitely be paying attention to your dreams. Okay, before we go, I want to again just thank everybody for all your comments about how you've been getting confirmation on these animal totems. And I'm going to show you some of my where I'm at with the progress. And I think it's kind of cool. I showed it on the last astrology video about how we go from a sketch to then I take it into Illustrator, and then we go to, which is make nice clean lines and a vector drawing, and then I finish it off in Photoshop and with the final card and add a lot of texture and depth and color. So I'm going to go ahead and just keep showing you guys some. And while I'm showing you the rest of some of these cards that I'm doing, I wanted to ask again, I know I mentioned it in the astrology video, but I know I don't, like some of you don't watch the astrology and not the cards and vice versa. But I'm really looking for an app developer who has some knowledge of some of these mystical things. I really want to do a tarot app, and I'd love to do an app for this new animal totem cards. But even more so, I want to do an astrology app so much because there just isn't an astrology app out there that can do the things that I want to do. I've been mulling this around for a few years. I have detailed things of how I want it to look and operate and function. I just need somebody who knows code who can, go ahead and maybe help me with that part of it. So go ahead, if anybody you guys know anybody, please email me and let me know about that. Back to the animal totems, like a lot of you, again, I know you don't watch the astrology, but I've been having so much confirmation, a lot of it coming from you, so definitely keep commenting and tell me about that. But the other thing on that astrology video, the last one I did for the Aquarius new moon, about 3 minutes and 40 some seconds in, this hawk just crashed into the window while I was doing the reading. You don't see it crash into the window, but you hear it. It's clunk, and I'm like flipping out, and I turned the camera onto the window, and you could see it in the bushes and the trees there, but it flew off. And I want to note that this is not a, yeah, confirmation about the animal deck, yes, but there's more to this. This window also is not like a big picture window outside of a deck. It's set back in a nook. There's a huge forsythia bush in the way. I mean, he was coming to me. It was pretty obvious. And if that window wouldn't have been there, it probably would have landed right on my shoulder, the way I was sitting. And it was this splat. I just see the splat of the, I hear clunk, and I hear the splat of this thing. You can watch it, it's at like 3 minutes and 40 something. I don't know if I'll be able to put the thing on there. But I know what it was telling me. Because the hawk said a messenger. It's like, speak, soar to new heights, be yourself, speak your truth. Because for a long time, I wrote a book. I wrote another book, and I want to thank everybody, too, who does do my astrology, tarot in the modern world book, and likes it and everything. But I wrote a book of fiction. And the original idea actually came to me in the 90s. And I was mulling it around in my head. I finally started really writing it in 2011. And I published it in 2012, just for copyright purposes mainly. But I haven't come out about it, really. And I've been putting it off, and then I said, well, when the Uranus conjuncts the South Node, I'll definitely come out about it. And that's when that video was, the astrology video. And as I started the video, I was thinking to myself, I'm not going to talk about this book. And then crash, this hawk came out. So it's like, you better. It's like that hawk was telling me, you better talk about it. So I'm going to talk about it some more. I mentioned it in the other video, but as I said, I know a lot of you don't watch both. So here it is. It's a work of fiction, and it's called Starseed, A Pleiadian Tale of Love, by V.M. Lariv, which is a pen name. Lariv is an anagram of Verily, so that's how I came up with that. I drew the cover art. It's Athvar. It's meant to be, it's a work of fiction, but it's also meant to be a teaching book, and it's stuff about, you're going to learn, it's about the story of Rory Lang and her awakening, basically. And there's a lot of things in it, like on the line of the Celestine Prophecy, how it's a fiction story, but there's spiritual insights as well. So that's kind of the approach I was trying to take, although other than that, the story's nothing like like that. It's a Pleiadian Tale of Love. It's meant to be like a paranormal romance. Like, as I said, I published it mainly just to copyright it because I was sending it out to some people. It's a good read. It's a short story. It's got some humor. I try to have some humor in it. Rory's a bartender. It's loosely based on some of my experiences, but it's still, I would say 90% fiction, okay? And then there's different people in there. Some of, like Helga is a composite character of all the great bar broads that I've known in my life. These older women who are just, so the crazy things they've said and done and their strength, and I've just, they definitely came up in the time when it was a man's world, but they made their own way. It's meant to be humorous. But it needs a little going over. I imagine it would need an editor, work with an editor, or possibly my arm's getting tired, or a screenwriter, really, maybe even to help me like convert it into a script might be a nice way to go. But the universe is telling me to put out there. The hawk crashing in the window was like, don't you dare chicken out. You put that out there. So I'm doing it. I'm putting it out here. Because really, I'm so into working on this animal deck right now. That's what I'm so focused on. But I got to walk the talk. I'm listening to Spirit, and it's telling me to put it out. It's not for everybody. It might be too far out there for a lot of people, but it might not be for others. And like a lot of the stuff, I had confirmation. Like watching videos of like Dolores Cannon. I didn't know about Dolores Cannon during the time that I was writing this, and when I watched a lot of her stuff and her information, definitely confirmed a lot of what I was getting, and tried to incorporate in this book. So that was nice confirmation. I'm so sorry to hear of her passing too, because I really thought she was such a cool lady. I wanted to meet her. I wanted to go to her thing in Arkansas, but too late now. But anyways, her work lives on. Okay, so this is it. This is Starseed. And again, thank you for everybody who's been buying and Tarot in the Modern World. And again, if you're watching this video to learn tarot, this is the book. This kind of tells it all. Thanks for commenting and leaving stuff on YouTube and on Amazon, commenting and rating the book. I'm so grateful. Grateful for everybody who has, commenting and donating and ordering readings and sharing and liking my videos. Remember that you are love and beauty incarnate, and I'll speak to you soon.